What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So we've had the preview now for Microsoft at E3 and that press conference will be followed up by EA, Electronic Arts. Now it's always a little bit easier to talk about companies like Electronic Arts and Ubisoft compared to Microsoft and Sony because they are purely about the games. They don't have a platform that they need to take care of. EA just makes games for PlayStation, for Xbox, the PC, and well, Nintendo is a different story, but you know, they are just about making games. And what is the EA press conference largely going to be about? A big part will be about their sports titles. They always spend at least 20 to 25 or 30 minutes of their 1 hour show talking about their sports titles. They are very important to them. FIFA, NHL, Madden, what else do they have? UFC looks pretty good, but you know, it's hard for me to talk about that. You know what you can expect. It's all these annualized franchises. You know, for those of you who like sports games, I personally am not really that interested in them. I like playing FIFA every now and then, but then again, I don't play them on a hardcore level or something. But you know, for those of you who are interested in that, you know what you can expect, right? Just new improvements on all these aspects, and I'm sure it's going to be great. But yeah, what EA is really about to me is those big hardcore titles that they bring out each year. And now there's three big games that they already have announced that I want to talk about in this video specifically. The first one is of course the already leaked Battlefield Hardline. Now I find it really a shame that this game got leaked. This was probably their big game at the show. So what is Battlefield Hardline? It's basically, it shows that they want Battlefield to be this annualized franchise as well. They just, you know, you could see it from already like 2010 on that when Call of Duty got so successful and they brought out a new game every year, EA wanted it as well. They wanted to rival them there, so they brought out more Battlefield games. They had Medal of Honor for a little bit. They brought out 2 games in 2010 and 2012, I believe, but they weren't really a success. So what else should they do then is the question. And I think it's pretty clear now that they are just going to have different teams working on Battlefield games. I find that a bit of a shame because I really like the Battlefield franchise, and I just think that, you know, it doesn't always need to be annualized. I don't want a new game every year, but Battlefield Hardline will be developed by Visceral Games, who you know from the Dead Space series. And from all the leaked footage that we've seen so far, I mean, it looks good, right? It's supposed to be a Battlefield game in a kind of like cops and robbers style, where there is the police, you know, fighting against, yeah, what is it, like terrorists and stuff. But actually today a bit of gameplay leaked, and it just showed that it looks so similar to Battlefield 4, and I'm just not ready yet for a new Battlefield game. Have to be very honest there. As much of a fan as I am, you know, Battlefield 4 was kind of, I don't know, boring to me. I just felt like, you know, I'm getting so tired of first-person shooters at the moment. I'm just like, you know, this might just very well be the first time that I'm not very hyped about a Battlefield game, even though it's made by a different studio and it might have some fresh ideas behind it. I don't know what you think about that, let me know. But of course the full reveal will be at E3. Who knows, maybe they might, you know, fully change my thoughts there, but yeah, for now I'm not really that excited. Now the other game they've got planned that will actually be coming out this year as well, at the end of this year, 7 October, is Dragon Age Inquisition. And Dragon Age Inquisition is actually a game I am looking forward to quite a lot. I was a huge fan of the first Dragon Age in particular, bought that game, didn't know what to expect. I wasn't really into RPGs, but I just wanted to try one out, and I just fully, you know, fell in love with that setting, kind of like, you know, medieval, or what's it called, like Middle Age and stuff, you know, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, that type of stuff. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a fantastic game, especially in terms of, you know, the story and the setting and the characters. The gameplay I wasn't really that much into, but then they came with Dragon Age 2, which, you know, was more of an action RPG, so it was more suitable for me, probably someone who isn't really into the hardcore RPGs. And I really liked the combat system. I liked how it worked, but then again, the game in itself was very disappointing to many people because it was very, I don't know, very limited, I guess. They didn't really have that many great characters or something. It all played in the same village, the same town, and they reused these areas all the time. All in all, it was just very disappointing. It came out like 1.5 years after, so you could just see that they didn't spend a lot of time making that game. But Inquisition now comes out, I think it is 3 or 4 years later already. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. It looks absolutely stunning on next-gen platforms and on PC. I can't wait to play it. This is probably my most anticipated game of this year, as crazy as that might sound to some people. I really think it is. Man, I'm so excited for that game. It's really the game that this year that makes me feel like, yeah, I'm happy that I bought, you know, my PS4 already. I can't wait to play it. Now the final thing I want to talk about is that at last year's E3, EA announced 2 really big games. The first one was Battlefront 3. Now I don't expect to see that at this year's E3 already, because they only just acquired the license at that point. They just started working on the game and they just wanted to tease it. I honestly don't expect to see it already. I know that many people are looking forward to it. I just don't expect it. The last game though is Mirror's Edge 2. I don't know if I should call it Mirror's Edge 2, because it's probably just going to be called Mirror's Edge again. It's going to be this reboot, and I mean, after Uncharted 4, this is hands down my most anticipated game. I can't wait to see more of it. DICE is working on it, the creators of Battlefield, of course. And, you know, with the Frostbite 3 engine, with all the crazy ideas that they've got in mind, I saw this leaked, kind of like leaked information about the game, that it's supposed to be an open world, always online kind of thing, where you can race against your friends in real time. The combat system is heavily improved. And like I said, an open world structure with all sorts of missions that you can do. Man, I just hope this game sells. Like, I really thought it was a shame how the first Mirror's Edge didn't sell well. Yes, it had its flaws, it was very short and there wasn't really that much to do, but then again, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so much fun to play, and I just, you know, I can't praise that game enough in my videos, because I really want you all to buy it if you're even remotely interested. I love the first Mirror's Edge, thought it was absolutely amazing, and Mirror's Edge 2 is hands down, after Uncharted 4, my most anticipated games. Maybe even in some ways I sometimes feel like maybe I'm even looking forward more to this game than I am to Uncharted 4, to be quite honest, because you know, can't repeat myself enough there. When the first game came out, man, I've played that for like a full year straight or something. How short it even was, I still played it for so long, got world records where I could, and yeah, absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see more of Mirror's Edge 2. It's going to be absolutely insane. So with that being said, of course, EA will be sure to have some surprises in mind, but from everything we know about their games already, this is what they're going to show for sure. And then, yeah, I mean, I want to know your thoughts, of course, in the EA press conference. Are you looking forward to it? It's probably after Sony, my most anticipated press conference out of them all. But then for now, I'd like to thank you a lot for watching. Remember that tomorrow I'll have another video up, which will be my review on Watch Dogs, and then I hope to see you again next time.